Zara woke up with a sharp pain in her side. She tried to move but felt weak. Around her, strange sounds echoed. The air smelled dusty and cold. She looked up and saw the bright lights of the alien arena above her. This was not Earth. She was far away, trapped in a place where humans were not welcome. Zara was a young human woman. She had been taken from her home by alien forces. Now she was a fighter in a gladiator arena where battles meant death or survival. The crowd in the stands was loud, but Zara could not see their faces clearly. They were strange creatures watching her like she was a strange animal. Her body was hurt and her clothes torn. She remembered the last fight. It had been brutal. The other fighters were bigger, stronger, and had strange weapons. Many of them wanted her dead. Some of the aliens even cheered when she fell to the ground. They did not want to see her alive, but Zara was not ready to die. She forced herself to stand. Her legs trembled, but she held her sword tightly. The sword was old and simple, but it was special to her. It had belonged to her father, who was once a great warrior. Her father had told her stories about honor, strength, and fighting for what is right. Now that sword was her only hope. Suddenly, the loudspeaker's voice came through the arena. "Prepare for the final challenge, the last chance to fight for life." Zara's heart beat fast. This was it, the last chance to prove herself. If she won, she might be free. If she lost, no one would remember her name. The gate in front of her opened with a loud clang. A shadow moved inside. Zara squinted. Her eyes met those of a massive alien beast. It had sharp teeth and glowing red eyes. The creature growled and stepped forward. The crowd roared. Zara took a deep breath. She knew this fight would not be easy. But she had a secret no one in the arena knew. Years ago, before she was captured, Zara had trained in a hidden school on Earth. It was a place where humans learned to use their minds and bodies in ways others could not understand. They learned patience, quick thinking, and silent strength. Zara had kept these lessons secret, waiting for a moment to use them. As the beast charged, Zara did not rush forward. Instead, she stayed calm, watching the creature's every move. The alien swung its claws, but Zara ducked and rolled, avoiding the deadly blows. She struck once, then again. Her sword hit the beast's thick skin but did little damage. The creature was strong, much stronger than any human. But Zara's secret was not just in her sword. It was in her mind. She saw a weak spot near the creature's leg. Quietly, she moved closer, ignoring the pain in her side. The beast tried to bite, but Zara jumped back just in time. The crowd gasped. Some even laughed, thinking she was no match for the beast. But Zara's eyes were sharp. Her mind was clear. She remembered her father's words. Fight smart, not just hard. With a quick move, she struck the creature's leg. The beast roared in pain and stumbled. Zara pressed her attack, hitting the same spot again. Suddenly, the beast fell, crashing to the ground. The arena fell silent. Zara stood there, breathing hard. Her body ached, but she was alive. The loudspeaker announced, "The human has won. She lives another day." Some of the aliens in the crowd looked surprised. They had not expected this young human to survive. But Zara did not smile yet. She knew this was only the beginning. Behind her tired eyes was a fire burning. A fire of hope, anger, and the will to fight back. She remembered the message she had found before entering the arena. It was a warning from other humans, lost like her. They want us broken. They want us to lose hope. But we will rise. Zara looked up at the stars shining through the broken roof of the arena. She promised herself she would not just survive. She would fight to change everything. The crowd cheered loudly. The aliens shouted, some with anger, some with fear. Zara knew she had made many enemies, but she also knew she had allies waiting in the shadows, humans who believed in her strength. As the gates closed behind her, Zara's mind raced. What was the next challenge? How many more battles would she have to fight? Would she find a way home? But one thing was clear. Zara was not just a fighter in an alien arena. She was the last hope for many, and she would return smiling no matter what. Zara barely had time to rest before the next challenge was announced. The arena's loudspeaker crackled again, filling the air with cold, harsh words. Prepare for the trial of shadows. Only the strongest will survive. Zara's heart sank. The arena was not just a place for fighting. It was a test of strength, will, and mind. And it was clear the aliens wanted her broken, piece by piece. She sat quietly, in a small room behind the arena. Her body still ached from the fight with the beast, but her mind was sharp. She held her sword close, feeling its cold metal against her skin. Suddenly, a voice came from the shadows. "You survived the beast." Impressive. Zara looked up. A figure stepped into the light. It was an older woman, tall and strong, with eyes full of fire. "I am Commander Lyra," she said softly. "I watch the fights. I see more than just strength. I see hope in you." Zara was surprised. No one had shown her kindness here. The arena was full of enemies. "Why do you care?" Zara asked, her voice tired but curious. "Because you remind me of someone I lost long ago," Lyra said. "Someone who fought like a human should, with heart." Lyra stepped closer. "There is a secret, Zara. A secret about this arena and the empire that controls it. They want to destroy all humans. But you can stop them." Zara's eyes widened. "How? I'm just one person." Lyra smiled, but it was sad. One person with the right weapon and the will to fight can change everything. Zara looked down at her sword. The simple blade felt heavier now, but also full of power. It was more than metal. It was a symbol of human strength. Lyra leaned in. "Tomorrow's challenge will be harder. You must enter the labyrinth of shadows. Many have tried. None have returned." Zara swallowed hard. The labyrinth was a place of fear and darkness. It was said to break even the strongest minds, but Lyra's words gave her hope. "I will fight," Zara said. "For my people. For Earth." Lyra nodded. "Good. You are not alone." That night, Zara sat in her small room thinking about her family, her home. She remembered the happy days before the capture. The laughter, the sun, the quiet nights. Tears came to her eyes, but she wiped them away. She was a fighter now, and fighters did not give up. The next morning, Zara was led to a dark gate. The labyrinth of shadows awaited. The gate opened with a loud creak. Inside was a maze of tall walls, shadows moving like living things. Zara stepped in, sword ready. The walls seemed to close in. Strange sounds echoed, whispers, cries, and the footsteps of unseen enemies. Zara moved carefully, using her training. To stay calm, suddenly a shadow lunged at her. She swung her sword and hit nothing but air. The arena was testing her mind as well as her body. Hours passed. Zara faced many traps and illusions. The labyrinth tried to break her spirit, but she stayed strong. At one point, she found a strange symbol carved into the wall. It looked like the mark her father had on his sword. Zara touched it and felt a strange warmth. It was a sign. She was on the right path. Finally, she reached the center of the labyrinth. A deep hole opened beneath her feet. Zara fell but grabbed a ledge just in time. Below was a hidden chamber filled with old human technology, weapons, armor, and messages from lost colonies. Zara's eyes shone. This was more than a fight. It was a war for survival. She picked up a small device. It blinked with a soft blue light. A message played in her mind. The Empire fears the human spirit. Together we can win. Zara smiled. She was no longer just a fighter. She was a spark of hope in the dark arena. The challenge was not over, but Zara was ready. Zara climbed out of the hidden chamber, her heart pounding with new hope. The secret weapons and messages gave her strength. But the arena was far from over. As she walked back toward the gate, her steps were careful. She knew the Empire's soldiers were watching her every move. Suddenly, she heard a soft voice behind her. "Zara." She spun around, sword ready. Standing there was a young man, human but wearing the alien armor of the arena guards. Why are you helping me? Zara asked, her eyes narrow with suspicion. My name is Jalen, he said quickly. I was taken, here like you. But I joined the Empire's forces to survive. I don't like it. I want to help you stop them. Zara wanted to trust him, but years of fighting taught her to be careful. How can I believe you, she said, lowering her sword just a little. Jalen looked down. I know the Empire's plans. They want to use the arena to break every human. Spirit, but we can fight back if we work together. Zara thought about Lyra's words. Maybe she was not alone. Maybe she could fight smarter with help. She nodded slowly. Tell me what you know. Jalen explained the Empire's dark secret. The arena was not just entertainment. It was a tool to find the strongest humans. The Empire wanted to destroy them, but they also wanted to capture and control the best fighters. Their real goal, Jalen said, is to use humans as weapons for their wars across the galaxy. Zara's fists clenched. The Empire's cruelty was deeper than she imagined. We must stop them, she said firmly. For our people, for all humans. Jalen smiled for the first time. There's one chance. A secret room beneath the arena. It holds the power to destroy their command center. Zara's eyes lit up. Then we have to find it. But the arena was full of danger. Every step brought new enemies. The Empire would not let their secret fall so easily. Together, Zara and Jalen planned their next move. They would sneak into the depths of the arena, a place no human had ever been. The risk was high, but so was the reward. As they prepared, Zara felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. The arena's walls seemed to close in as Zara and Jalen slipped through a hidden passage. The air was cold and thick with dust, a place forgotten by time. Their footsteps echoed softly as they moved deeper into the bowels of the arena. Every shadow seemed to watch them, every sound a warning. Jalen held a small light device that cut through the darkness, revealing rusted pipes and broken wires. This way, he whispered. Zara gripped her sword tighter. She could feel the weight of the moment. This was more than a fight now. It was a mission for survival. Suddenly, a low growl echoed ahead. Zara froze. From the shadows, strange alien creatures appeared, silent, fast, and deadly. Without hesitation, Zara swung her sword. The blade sang through the air, cutting down the first creature. But more came, their eyes glowing with hate. Jalen fired, a small energy weapon, the blasts lighting the dark corridor. Together they fought fiercely. Zara's sword flashed, Jalen's weapon fired. Slowly they pushed forward. But then, a heavy door blocked their way. The passage was sealed tight. Jalen tried to open it, but it was locked with an alien code. We need to find the control panel, Jalen said, worry in his voice. Zara looked around. Time was running out. Suddenly, she remembered the symbol from the labyrinth, the same mark her father had on his sword. She pressed her sword against the door. The symbol glowed faintly. The door shuddered, then slid open. Inside was a room filled with strange machines and glowing screens, the control center beneath the arena. Zara and Jalen exchanged a look. This was the heart of the Empire's power. But they were not alone. A group of alien soldiers entered, weapons raised. Zara raised her sword. We fight here. The battle was fierce. Zara moved with skill and speed, her sword cutting through the enemy. Jalen covered her with his weapon, firing precise shots. One by one, the soldiers fell. When the last one dropped, Zara's eyes caught a large console in the center. This is it, Jalen said. The command center. If we destroy this, the Empire's control will end. Zara approached the console. Her fingers trembled as she found the self-destruct button. She looked at Jalen. Are you ready? He nodded. With a deep breath, Zara pressed the button. Alarms blared, lights flashed. The arena began to shake. They ran toward the exit as the building started to collapse. Dust and debris filled the air. Zara's heart pounded, but she smiled. They had struck a great blow. The Empire's grip was breaking. The ground shook violently beneath Zara and Jalen as the command center exploded behind them. Flames roared, and thick smoke filled the narrow corridors of the arena. Every step was a fight against falling debris and rising heat. The passageways crumbled as the building began to fall apart. Zara's lungs burned with each breath, but she did not stop. Her mind focused on one goal: escape. Jalen stumbled but caught himself. "This way!" he shouted, pointing toward a small hatch they had noticed earlier. The hatch led to a forgotten tunnel used long ago for emergency evacuations. A risky path, but their only chance. They crawled through the tight, dark space, the fire's roar fading behind them. The air grew cooler, and hope grew stronger. Suddenly, the tunnel opened into a hidden valley outside the arena walls. Zara looked around, breathless, but alive. "We made it," she said, a small smile breaking through her exhaustion. Jalen nodded, his eyes serious. "The Empire will not forget this. They will come for us." Zara's grip tightened on her sword. "Then we'll be ready. This fight is just beginning." In the distance, the arena's flames lit the night sky, a signal. To the Empire and to all who watched, the message was clear: humans will fight, and they will never give up. After their narrow escape, Zara and Jalen found shelter in a hidden human settlement, deep in the wild lands beyond the arena. The people there were weary, but still alive, survivors of the Empire's cruelty. Zara stood before the small crowd, her sword gleaming in the firelight. "I destroyed the Empire's command center," she told them. "Their power is broken, but they will try to come back stronger." Murmurs spread through the crowd. Jalen stepped forward. "We have a chance to fight back, to free all humans held captive by the Empire." Zara's eyes scanned the faces, tired, scared, but also filled with hope. "We need to unite," she said firmly. "If we stand together, no empire can destroy us." Plans were made, fighters trained, weapons sharpened. Zara taught them how to use her family sword, a symbol of human strength and courage. Every night they prepared for the day when they would storm the arena again. But the Empire was not idle. Spies and scouts moved in the shadows. Zara knew the next battle would be the hardest. Yet her resolve was stronger than ever. The fight for freedom had only just begun. The night was dark, but the fires of rebellion burned bright. Zara and the united human fighters moved quietly through the shadows toward the alien arena, their last chance to end the Empire's terror. Every step was filled with danger. Alien patrols scanned the area, searching for any sign of resistance. Zara led the charge, her sword shining like a beacon. They fought with fierce courage, surprising the Empire's soldiers. The battle was brutal. Swords clashed, energy blasts lit the air, and warriors on both sides fell. But Zara never stopped. She reached the central chamber where the Empire's leader awaited. A towering alien, cold and cruel, with eyes that burned like stars. They faced each other, human against Empire. With one powerful strike, Zara's sword cut through the silence. The Empire's leader fell. The arena shook as the Empire's control collapsed. Outside, the human fighters cheered. Freedom was theirs. Zara looked up at the rising sun, a smile on her face. She had fought not just for herself, but for all humanity. The Empire was doomed, and a new era had begun.